and welcome to Google Classroom, how to create gradebook and set up grades. I have my demo class here so that everybody can see it. Google Classroom is a little bit different with the grades. As you can see up here, we do have a grades tab. Now, this grades tab already has some grades in here, as you can see, but I can't really organize or change the way that this is set up. So the way that you want to actually create grades is whenever you create an assignment. So let's just go ahead and, for demo's sake, create an assignment that is just quiz 1. And when I go to create this, remember my points are automatically going to be over here. You have to have your points over here in order for it to be recognized in Google Classroom. As we all know, Google Forms, you can also create a rubric that goes right along with Google Forms and then look at it that way. But in order for it to actually be in the gradebook in Google Classroom, you have to have the points here. So let's just go ahead and make this quiz 25 points. And I'm going to make the due dates a little bit from now. Remember, your topic is where you add it into a topic, and then you can hit assign. The second you add another assignment in here that has a grade, it will pop up in the gradebook. As you can see here, you have the due dates. It says out of 25. You can see what the students did. When you go to grade, this is my demo student here. When I go to grade, let's say this student, obviously these are missing because they didn't turn it in. The attendance they did turn in, so that is good. It just says missing or didn't turn in because there's no grade for these ones. And so I can hit return if I want to. Even if it's not done, I can still return it. I can add a comment if you really wanted to. And then it turns to a check mark. Now, this one, it's out of 10. So if I go in here and I want to make it a 5 out of 10, let's say that is what they did, it'll automatically update and save there. If I wanted to return it to the student, once again, I would have to hit return so that the student can see what I did, even though it's not turned in. And then this quiz here, let's say they got a 20 out of 25. It would save, and then I would go from there. So you have to have your assignments matched up with your grades. And so that is how you do that. Once again, this is another way to get to that. So if I just go to the assignment again, you can always edit your points, your structure, whatever you want. But in order to have grades in the actual gradebook in Google Classroom, you would have to, you would just have to add the point system right as you're creating each assignment, or else you aren't going to be able to have grades. There would be nothing here if I had them all, even if it was ungraded, but there would be no actual grades if I did that. And there's no other way to organize the way the system is other than the way I have it. At least I'm pretty sure. I can go into settings here, and there's nothing about how it's set up. Now, you can change the overall grade. So if you don't want to have an overall grade, that's fine. I always do total points so that their total points is a grade, and then I can show the overall grade to the students. And then as you see down here in the settings, I can add a grade category. And so let's just see, I'm going to say reflections is a grading category. Once again, default points is 100. So maybe I want to make that 25. And I go from there. Let's say reflections, reading, 25. Or if you want to do it by weeks, you can say week 1. And let's do 20. All right, so we have this all set up. So we're going to go back. I'm going to hit save. Now, if I go back here, you see in the grades that I have an overall grade now calculated, which is very nice. So that is something that is new. Let's see if it changed. All right, so let's just say I want to do week 1 reflection. And if I wanted to say reflection category, it automatically has 25 points. So did you see it change? So week 1, it would be 20. So if you if you know automatically that you're going to have a certain category, then this is something that you can do to make the setup easier for yourself. Topic, let's do week 1 because that would make more sense. And then assign. So let's go back and check grades. And look, week 1 reflections out of 25. So that is just something that makes it easier. But once again, you see here that it's still by the date, even though it's in this little category of reflections. It's just kind of a base point for your points and to keep everything a little bit more organized. And that is setting up and using Gradebook on Google Classroom. Thank you for watching.